There is no kind of report I haven't heard in this marriage settlement dispute. A woman said to her husband, I carried everything. And the man said to his wife, I carried only one thing. Now the question is, what would be this everything? And what would be this one thing? Listen, let me tell you, in marriage, some people, they face theirs as cat and the rat. Let me tell you one common thing in marriage. No marriage is 100% all right, but it takes the two to come together and they realize that it is time they have to fix it. So while the discussion continued between this husband and the wife, I asked the wife, what would be this everything you carried? And the woman said to me, you want to know? Are you not mature enough to know what would be this everything I carried? And I asked the man, what would be this only one thing you carried? And he said to me, you are my fellow man. I don't think you should be in the position to ask this question. But there is one thing people do not understand. When you are dealing with people's psychology, you want to understand how they react to questions that may annoy them. You want to understand how they interact with each other in that marriage, which is going like tomorrow will not stand anymore. Now, I asked a second question. The second question is a very funny type of question. You may laugh as well if I put this question across to you. But before I go on, I now called that woman. I asked her, what exactly would you expect from your husband and you will be happy in this marriage? She said to me, nothing at all. I asked the man, in your own case, what are you presenting as just one thing? Because I want each and every one of them to just say the one thing that they want to see in their marriage to make it all right again. And the man said to me that all he is asking for is respect and every other thing is all right. And I asked him, would you be free to tell me one or two in every other thing you mentioned? The woman stopped me. She said, listen, let me tell you, are you here to put us together, or are you here to continue to ask questions? Because in questions you cannot fix nothing. This is what she said to me. Then I saw the woman as someone who is very aggressive, and I could understand that she could not wait to hear from her spouse. Now the question here is, in every situation you find yourself, you must understand that you are not the only person in that situation. And how do you relax yourself to pay attention to details? Because it's until you pay attention to details, until you relax yourself, until you are willing to listen, willing to accept advice, that is when the fixing will come in. Listen, there is something psychologists do. They will continue with interaction. The first method every psychologist would apply. Interaction is important in settling dispute in marriages. Communication is worth everything. I can tell you, because when two are not in communicative terms, how can they come together to make one agreement when one side is looking towards the west and the other towards the east? You can see that settlement will be so difficult. So I continued with them. I turned to the man. I said to him, well, Mr. Man, you are my fellow man, just like you mentioned. Why would I ask? Do I not know what I am carrying? But if you ask me, I am carrying many things as well, not just only one thing. And we continued.